Phone check 1 2 1 2. We are recording. We're testing levels here. How we doing? This is DJ iSizzle, your DJ's favorite DJ. How we doing today? Well, let's talk about social media. How many platforms should you have as a DJ? Now, this is a lesson I had to learn a few years ago. So I was on every platform known to man. I must have been on like 150 platforms, like minimum, right? And I'm trying to run all these platforms, and it's like, yeah, some would give me a few followers, and some people would interact. Some would just be completely dead, nothing. And I'd just be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just spreading myself thin here, like I'm not giving a good quality social media experience. I'm just like, I'm pre-scheduling posts that, like old photos and stuff, and just really blah content, nothing really entertaining or something that really like gets me excited to know this DJ, right? So what I learned is that when you spread yourself out too thin, you're going to have a terrible presentation. So trying to be on 150 platforms and be top quality on all of them is just not going to happen. So I had to make some really tough decisions. And a few of those decisions were, do I keep all these social medias? Do I deactivate them? Do I, what do I do with them all? So I went down and I looked at all my social medias, from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud. I mean, I guess that's social media. It's music social media, right? To pretty much, everyone you can possibly think of, even the ones that like no one is ever on. Like I was on all of those. And not posting all the time consistently. So then you look at it and be like, oh, he hasn't posted in 6 months, and then you get all excited. You post for a couple days, and then another 6 months pass, and then you're just like, what was my password again? I don't remember. And it's not good. So then what I realized is, it's not how many social medias, like platforms you're on. It's the quality of the platform. And then, are people interacting with you? And are these people that are of good quality, right? So I started looking, I said, well, I have the most like interaction with people on Facebook. That was one that was really quality. I had almost 5,000 friends. I'm like, okay, this is a good platform. I want to keep this one. Now, the page itself, it's okay. Like, Facebook pages are all right, I guess. Like, I like them to a point, but you never really get any good interaction with people. And when you do, it's only like 3 or 4 people that really comment or like. So I found my own like personal one worked a lot better than the actual page. Now, I kept the page just because I can share from Instagram onto the page. So then at that point I was like, well, what about my Instagram? I looked at my Instagram. I had a lot of followers, not very active. So I was like, okay, I'll keep my Instagram because that's a requirement, right? So then I looked at my Twitter and I was like, Twitter. I get no interaction with anybody on Twitter whatsoever. And I'm like, it doesn't really excite me. And that's another thing I would really recommend. Like, if you're looking at your social medias, do they excite you? Is this a platform like you really enjoy being on? Or is this a platform you're on because somebody said, oh, you should be on this platform because it's a new, latest, greatest like social media platform? You got to ask yourself these questions. So I said, you know what? Twitter just not doing it for me anymore. So I deleted my Twitter, deactivated the account, deleted it. If somebody else wants that and they want to run it under my name, do whatever you want with it. It's all yours. Got rid of Twitter. That's one less social media network I have to manage. I have to come up with content for, right? It's a lot of work coming up with content. Unless you live a really busy life, you're always out there playing shows, massive shows. That's the impressive stuff. But if you don't, what are you going to post about? Well, I was like, let me post some of my garden photos because I like to garden. I'm good at it. I understand it. I was getting a lot of responses from that. I was like, cool. Then I started posting more like me mixing, which has been going really well. So let's get back to the platforms. So what I decided is I said, I love YouTube. I've always loved YouTube. We'll keep YouTube. I mean, you can still like post on YouTube. Like, you don't have to always post videos because they allow you to do actual like social media posts now. I was like, okay, cool. I can do shorts. Upload all my music videos over there to the songs I've been making. And that'll be good for YouTube, right? So I said, okay, that's cool. I'll keep YouTube. And that was about it. I got rid of my LinkedIn. I've never been hired on LinkedIn. I've had a few scams on LinkedIn. It was time to get rid of LinkedIn. So I deleted LinkedIn, got rid of it. I never really got any interaction with people. So what's the point of being on there, right? Why hang out somewhere where no one talks to you? It's not fun. So I said, all right, let me focus on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Those will be my top 3. Okay? Forget all the other ones. I don't care if there's a new one that's just coming out. I guess I got TikTok too, but I don't know. I use TikTok occasionally. I don't Snapchat. It's not for me. I don't even understand. It's just not for me. TikTok is cool. I've got my music on there, so I'm able to promote myself with my own music, which is fun. And who knows, maybe a song will go, maybe it won't. I don't know. That's the internet, social media. So what I was saying is, so choose your media. Maybe you are a Twitter person. Then go in on Twitter and have Twitter be that for you. But for me, most of my interaction was coming from Facebook and Instagram. I like the platforms. I understand them. I enjoy using them. If I wasn't doing it for my DJ services, I would still use them. They're still fun. So Facebook, my problem with Facebook is when I first started my account, I would just friend anybody and everybody. I just get in there and just start friending. What I started realizing is certain friends don't interact with you. You can be their best friend. You can comment on every post. You can share it. You can be like, oh, check out this person. You can like it. You can love it. You can GIF it. You can emoji-con it. Whatever you want. But they never respond back. They never like your post. So, well, I like you guys, but you're not responding, not interacting, wouldn't comment on one of my posts to save your life. Could be reasons for that. I don't know. It's almost up to 5,000 friends, could barely get 10 likes or reactions per post. Kind of depressing. So I said, well, what's going on here? So I went in and I looked at all my friends and I said, well, this friend deactivated their account. Oh, well, let me just go through all the deactivated ones. Must have cleaned out 150. Right off the top, just cleaned house. Got rid of them all. Deactivated accounts. They're not active. Why have them in there, right? So if we do a garden metaphor, which I love to do garden metaphors, we would say that we're weeding the garden, right? We're allowing the plants to grow and get rid of all the weeds that are choking off the oxygen. And we're going in there. We're gonna trim some plants. We're gonna trim them down a little bit to get rid of the dead branches and stuff to allow new energy to flow. That was my concept with Facebook. So went in there again, looking at all these people and I started noticing people with certain words on their photos, or they'd be flipping you off. I said, you gotta go. Got to go. Gotta go. My mama would not like you, and she doesn't like people that flip people off, so I have to stick with my mom here and choose to move you guys out. Not that I don't want to be friends with you on Facebook, just you're not interacting and you're not the kind of people I feel like we would be vibing with. So cleared out another 500-600 people. Then I started looking at accounts. I would start to go through all my friends and look at when was the last time they posted, right? Do I want friends that are barely on Facebook? Probably not. I want friends that are on Facebook all the time. They're posting, they're interacting. Those are the friends I want. So I had to kind of clarify on that, what kind of friends did I want on Facebook? So went through all these accounts. Spent 2 days, 3 days on this. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. So I went through all these accounts and I started looking at them. And if they hadn't posted within a year, pretty good chance they don't really Facebook. So just unfriend them, unfollow them, unfriend them, move them on out. Look, if we become friends again, I'm fine with that. But I got to move you out. And then I had some friends that would have 4 accounts that they would never be active on, or they'd be active on one account for a few months and then they'd just walk away from that account and then they'd open a new account and friend me again. It's like, okay, well, which one is their active account? Okay, cool. Then I'll just move those other ones out. Got down to 3,500 friends. Cleaned house. Went in there, just cleaned house. So then I said, well, what kind of friends do I want? Like where can I find good quality friends? So I started going in there and I just started friending certain people that were always active. And then they also had like a lot of reactions. They were also within this region, the Northwest region. So if by chance they see me, they see that I post that, I'm playing a show at this, this venue coming up, maybe they'll show up. So I had to think about it that way. I had to think about, well, who are the people I really want to be friends with on Facebook? So a couple months later, I start posting. Now keep in mind, I'm adding new friends every couple days. Like I'm continually adding people, testing them out. Sometimes you get some weird people in there. They try to like message you stupid stuff, like scammy stuff. Instantly block them, get them out of there. Months pass. I'm almost up to 5,000 now. I make a post. It was something like, if this pops up on your timeline, tell me something positive. It's me smiling. Quickest. I didn't even want to take the photo. My girlfriend's like, you got to take the photo. I'm like, okay, I got a Def Leppard t-shirt on, pour some sugar on me. I don't know, whatever album that's from. Hysteria, I think it is. I'm like, fine, I'll take the photo. Take the photo. Little thing, post it. Yeah, whatever. Go back on there, look at it. 100 reactions, 2 hours. Woo! And I'm looking at all the comments, and it's just comment after comment after comment after comment after comment. I said, my goodness, I have a lot of replying to do. So I was able to build 6-7 months. I was able to completely go from maybe 2 or 3 likes to 100 likes. And then when my birthday hit this last February, 400 reactions, 800 comments. Matter of 6 months. I just had to go in there and I had to eliminate. I had to get rid of the stuff that wasn't active or just wasn't. Yeah. If they're not active and they're not willing to reply on your social media, then why are you on social media? Right? So that was something I had to really look at. Another thing I looked at was what did better? Were photos doing better? Were videos doing better? If I shared something, was that doing better? I found shares weren't really working. I found photos were really the best. Like for Facebook, photos were working really well. Like I would post a video here and there, but wouldn't get as much response as a photo. Like a photo would just like, and I was going through a moment there where it was like 100 reactions minimum. Now keep in mind, I've been running this for like 5 years and I was barely getting anybody liking, like 5 or 6 people. So something to think about. Why hang out on a social media platform that has nothing social about it? Maybe it's not the right platform for you. So then let's talk about Instagram a little bit. Instagram for me has been okay. I'm slowly starting to see an uptick. I've noticed for me the Reels section, when I show like shows I'm DJing and people are like having a great time, those Reels are the ones that go out and do numbers for me. They don't do great numbers, but for somebody who's getting like 40 views, a couple of years ago, you're getting up there in a couple thousand now in a couple days. So, hey, a couple thousand is better than a couple. So, and this is social media with how many people are on there? Like posting videos every day. So I found that those Reels were doing better than actual like photos, but it's what it is. I like Instagram. I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but I wouldn't put any, like, I'm not disappointed if something doesn't go well, like it's cool, but it's one of those things too, where it's like, I have been able to increase my followers and my page, like my post likes, but it's nothing to brag about. It's like, it's okay. I mean, I'm not killing it, but I'm also not not being reacted to. So, but I do go in there and I make sure I like people's or love people's posts. I make sure that I comment on them, make sure I do all that, because it's important. And then I find a lot of these, like a lot of like venues and clubs and stuff, like they'll respond back to you and they'll be like, thank you, like appreciate that, like you're giving us, whatever, and they'll comment on my stuff and they'll like it, and yeah. So I think my best advice would be find the platform that works best for you, and find a platform that is going to be beneficial to what your DJ brand is about. Also make rules for your brand. Are you a DJ brand that comments about war? Are you a DJ brand that comments on the latest entertainment headline? Are you a DJ that talks about music all the time? Like kind of figure out and then you can figure out who you want to follow you and who gets excited about what you're talking about. Because if you just try to post negative stuff all the time, I don't think people really want a DJ that's negative. That was just kind of something that I came along. I was like, I won't post anything about war, politics, none of that stuff. I'm not posting about Bitcoin. I'm not posting about, death, murder, news. Anything news related is really depressing. For me, my brand, I can clarify it in one word, and that's happiness. My brand it stands for happiness. When I come play a show, people are going to be happy to see me, happy to hear the music. So that's what you want to attract. If your brand's not about that, that's fine. I mean, if your brand is more, catered towards another market, then post about that kind of stuff. But you do have to kind of clarify what your brand is really about. That's the important thing. And then also who's the people that are going to be hiring you, and do they want to hear about your latest rant about the president when they're actually on his side? So these are some things you have to think about, for me, I feel like people enjoy when I post garden photos. They enjoy when I post photos of Ziggy, my little wiener dog. They enjoy that. I've been doing live mixing on Facebook lately, which is kind of a nightmare. I'm gonna tell you, copyright is so annoying, and they'll mute you. They'll cut your stream out, and then they'll release the claim a few minutes later. Oh, it's so frustrating. You get 20 people watching all of a sudden, and then they kill your whole mix and stuff. So, but I have been mixing live on Facebook Live, and people really enjoy it. So I'm gonna probably incorporate more of that. I really enjoy mixing live to people. I love the concept of it. I love the concept of people watching you from all around the world. I love that. I think it's awesome. If music can unite us in that sense, then I'm all for it. Absolutely. If I got to put up with a few copyright claims, I got to restart it. I was calling it Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4. Don't worry, guys. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. I just got to restart the stream again. So, something to think about. You can schedule your posts and stuff, but I don't really recommend it. Scheduling posts is okay, but it's kind of nice just to be live, just kind of post something, just be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling today, Here's a photo of me with a nice positive caption, wishing everybody a great weekend. I found those are the best ones. I mean, the ones where you get all into it, they don't really work. You start talking about politics and stuff, social media, as a DJ, probably not. But if that's your brand and that's what you represent, then do it. But I would say in a general sense, I would stay away from anything that's offensive. Anything that is weird, unsolved mysteries, unsolved murders. Don't be posting that kind of stuff. Post, you're the positive guy, you're the positive DJ. You're the positive one, We need you to lift us up, We need to watch you because we never get this. We never get to see a DJ, We never do, And, that's something to think about too. It's be really positive and be something that, people look forward to hearing from, versus oh gosh, here comes some more negativity. I can't wait. So something to think about. Be as positive as you can on social media. Choose choose the right social media for you. That's the best advice I could give you, best piece of information I could give you. Choose the one that's right for you. And 3 or 4 social medias is plenty. It really is. Whatever ones you're popular on, stick to those. If you need to expand, you can expand, but let's be honest, you get excited for something for maybe 3 weeks and then, I don't know, not really excited anymore about it. It's going to take me another 7 months before I get excited. So, and then as far as YouTube goes, I really like YouTube. I'll probably continually try to build my subscriber count, but other than me doing this vlog podcast, I mean, music is a hard business with the music videos and stuff. And I don't know. I mean, I like posting my music videos on there, but it's cool. The problem is like, if you have 100 videos and no one's watching them, then it's like 2 views on this one, 3 views on this one. And it's hard to promote 100 music videos, within a year, because I make so much music. I make so many videos. Like, it's just hard to want to pay for all that promotion and to be able to get it out to people. So I do it because it's fun. I don't necessarily get paid a lot from it. I definitely get paid for the shows, the live shows, more than anything. Streaming royalties are okay, but I would say the shows and the live events, that's really where the good money is for anyone. But to keep building your social media on platforms that work for you is a really good idea. So, well, I think I've talked enough. I'm sorry. I keep talking and talking and talking. You're like, when is this guy gonna just call it an end of the video? The reason I really do this though is to give information that I've learned along the way, and hopefully you don't have to make the same mistakes that I've made, or it doesn't take you as long to build up your social media. But really, just know who your fan base is, and then just know your locations of where you want people to follow you. Because I'm in the Northwest, and people from Seattle following me is great. People in New York, I have a few people, but I mean, are they ever going to come out to a show? Probably not. Not unless they're visiting, maybe. But yeah, so try to keep it localized too. If you're doing social media, try to keep it within your range, your region. All right. Well, yeah. Tell me in the comments, have you had success with social media? What are some of like the platforms you really love to use? And then what have you done the same thing where you just dumped some platforms and said, what, Snapchat just isn't for me. LinkedIn just isn't for me. Twitter, not for me. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. I'm just going to stick to where people are. So let me know in the comments. Also, subscribe if you want to. If not, no big deal. Don't subscribe. And then make sure you like the video and share it. And until next time, I hope you're doing well and continually striving to become better at being a DJ. All right. I will talk to you soon.